What's up? Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. I'm here with one of my good friends, great comic, Sherrod Small. What's up, Sherrod?
Hey, what's going on there, Artie?
You got a new show on Fuse.
Yes, the United States of Hip Hop. It airs Tuesdays at 8:30.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that title.
Yeah.
Well, that was the original title of this show.
That's what I heard.
We went with this. But so explain that show to me. What is
it's
that?
like a pop culture music show.
Right.
So we just talk about whatever's going on through like a pop culture lens, like a hip hop lens.
Okay. Are you doing a lot on the road? What do you got going on?
I'm at Foxwoods tomorrow.
Okay, that's good.
But I'm back there.
That's a beautiful gig, man.
Yeah, I love that room.
Oh, God, yeah. And plus the hotel, they treat you nice if you perform there, you know.
I love so much everything in that hotel room.
That's very comfortable. You know, in the old days, it was more comfortable for me. You do a lot of these TV shows that are based in New York. You always are, which is great because you're always, there's a lot of exposure and stuff. But how do you balance that with the road, man? Because I know
I only take road
we gotta make
gigs.
money, you know. It's like
I only take road gigs where the money's right. I don't try to go out for silliness.
But how often does that happen?
Maybe like once or twice every 2 months.
Yeah, and it is true because the road can be. You're right. That's such a good point. If you could be more disciplined, I wish when I was like younger, I was more disciplined with what I took, as far as stuff that's not embarrassing. You know what I mean? Because you should always have dignity. There's a while. We all go through the time in our life where we're playing bad gigs.
Right.
But you should, after a while, go, look, I've been making people laugh a long time, and I shouldn't be doing these dumb things.
You can't take every offer that's offered to you.
Yeah, but do you find that certain agents will push it no matter what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's annoying.
I fire them.
Have you gone through a lot of agents and managers?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I guess maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That's not bad for about
I know it, dude, it's not. Well, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing this for?
About a decade.
Yeah. So, you still to me, that's not a long time. And you made a lot of headway, you know.
I did.
We know each other from the Comedy Cellar, which is a real. I'm happy when I walk in there and I see guys like you and Norton, Attell, and people that sort of our generation of comics, and it's fun to know that it's good to be in the like past generations have taught us that they don't appreciate the good old days a little bit, and in a way when you look at it when you walk in there, these are our good old days.
Yeah, these are. I agree.
These
are the best times of our lives.
In some ways, a little disappointing.
In a lot of ways.
In some ways, it should be feeling like Dean Martin and the Rat Pack, but it's not. When you walk in and we're all sitting there going, "How long have you been sober?"
You're gonna look back on these days and say, I wish it still was going on.
No, I know, definitely.
So you're gonna enjoy it while it's going on right now.
I can imagine the days where I'm looking back going, I wish this was still going on.
When you're shitting in the bag, when you're dumping in the bag somewhere.
That's true. That would be bad, and it could be right around the corner. Who knows?
I like the new guy. He talks a lot.
Yeah. Well, again, we're trying to figure out the dynamic because John is here. Is it John? Yes. John is here. No, John is a real funny guy, but these radio segments are so short. Again, coming from the Stern Show, we did whatever Howard wanted, and it's funny. I was on the biggest radio show of all time, and that means I don't know how to do radio because we did whatever we wanted. We would talk for 1 hour and a half. We would have an hour and a half. There would be a whole segment. You could tell a story. We'd react to the story. This, that, the other thing. But now here we're up. I'm very proud of it. Believe me, I'm very happy to be on 27 markets. But it's a hard call for the producers. They got to tame me into getting me to take a hard break at 27 after.
Right.
And once me and you get a rap going on, or if I tell a story, John's got it makes it harder for you because you got to crowbar in stuff and make it count because there's not a lot of time.
Well, no, I enjoy.
Thank you, John.
I enjoy listening.
No, you do. You're a fan, but
he's taking it all in.
I am.
He's a fan of comedy, but he's also funny. When he does speak, he's very funny. He also gives us street cred because he was in the NFL for 5.
That's true.
This guy was a fullback, a gladiator, a dying position in the league, a fullback.
Fullback.
Yes.
Now dead.
That's a workhorse.
Now dead. Is it officially dead?
I think so. Most teams
There's
have
not
done
one
away with it.
fullback in the league.
No, there are some. They're few and far between, and everyone's going to 3 wides, 4 wides,
Explain that.
2 tight ends.
Why is
Explain
that?
Well, the original West Coast offense, as designed by Bill Walsh, had a fullback and
Your
a
buddy, your
halfback.
hero.
Yeah, fullback and a halfback. And the fullback would be used as now an H-back is used to be a motion guy down close to the line of
And
scrimmage.
those
at
guys, can I
times.
say, those guys were so effective. I can't
I thought
believe.
so.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're extinct in the sense that Moose Johnson on the Cowboys.
Right.
Believe me, as a freaking Giant fan, that guy I wanted to strangle.
I love them.
Rathman
Tom Rathman,
on the Niners. You
Yeah.
must have hated him as a Cowboy fan.
So who's
There's
doing
nothing
those
they
jobs
could-
now? I don't get it.
Tight ends are.
Tight ends got to do.
Yeah,
Oh.
and the problem is these tight ends, they don't know how to block in space.
But what is,
Right.
what is the reason for that?
They don't ask
Because-
people to do it.
What do you mean they don't ask people to do it?
They don't ask people to do that job because no one wants to do it anymore.
But
'cause
it's
it's
still
ridiculous.
a running back. It's
not. It's not.
So
You-
it's a
you never
glorified
ta-
offensive lineman. Is what
Yeah,
you're saying?
there aren't people that are built that way so much, and it's a selfless, thankless position. And teams just like to get more athletic players on the field.
You don't want to be
Everything's
that.
spread out now.
And no one wants to be any version of an offensive lineman. It's probably
No.
the most important job that's not the that has no glamour.
Well,
in sport,
there
all of
you
pro
go.
sports,
There you
it's
go.
the most important job.
Blocking.
And
There's no glamour with it.
nobody cares.
Wait, who's the guy from
Nasty.
Green Bay who danced, did the little dance? I like him. Wasn't he an offensive lineman?
I mean, we don't remember his name.
No, You're
Who was in the,
talking.
who was in
I
the
think
insurance
so.
commercial?
Yeah. Some,
Oh, you're talking
did
about
this, did a lot of
you're
this.
talking B.J. Raji, man.
Yes, B.J. Raji.
See,
He's
but
a
we should know
defensive
him.
lineman.
damn.
He's
Yeah,
defense.
offense
And right.
stinks.
He's more explosive.
defensive
that's
linemen.
defense. That's right,
Defensive
that's
linemen.
right.
They get the broads. They're rock stars.
Yeah.
Defensive linemen.
Everything goes
Offensive
in trends.
linemen, no.
Everything goes in trends. Right now, the trend is to spread the defense out. They're going nickel defense all the time.
They are going nickel.
You're going 3 or 4 wides, and if you're getting heavy, you're going 2 tight ends, 3 tight
Describe a
ends, 4
nickel
tight ends.
defense.
Well, you take a linebacker out and put
You
a
never watched?
smaller
You
guy
never
in.
played Tecmo football?
No, but I mean, see, I'm not that kind of a guy, but I do like football, and I think I could do a good a job of describing what he just said. But most
Yeah.
fans, I think, just pretend they know.
Right.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
curious what a guy in the NFL for 7 years defines as a nickel
Right.
defense.
A nickel is when
You take out a linebacker.
You get smaller.
You
and
take
you
out
have-
an outside or a middle linebacker.
It just depends. Usually a middle linebacker because they're
Okay.
more run stopping oriented, so they're not as good in pass coverage. So you take out your big run stopper, put another safety or another cornerback in to cover the slot.
You got a
The
strong
offense is
voice. You know
spread
that?
out.
He
No,
does.
thank
A
you.
strong ass voice, man.
He's good. He's good.
Jeez,
This kid's gonna make some noise.
Thanks, man. Oh yeah. And then a
Got a strong
dime.
voice.
I bought a piece of this kid. I'm like Sinatra. I bought a piece of this kid.
A dime defense would be you're one player smaller. You take out another linebacker, put in another cornerback. A lot of times teams have to run that now because of the number of wide receivers that are on
Right.
the field at one time.
Doesn't it annoy you though? Sherrod's a guy who grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and is a Cowboy fan. Like, I mean, what is
Hey.
that? Like, how does that happen?
I love the Cowboys.
My cousin
growing
was
up,
on
too.
Jeffrey Pugh. He was on the D-Day defense
Oh, wait, you know
in
what?
the
You,
70s.
you did tell me
Yeah.
this at the
Wow.
cellar one
Yeah.
night. So you had family though. Okay.
Right.
He
That
was
makes sense.
You had family on the Cowboys.
Right.
That does not. Okay, I'll give you that.
Trust me, it was hard going to high school and junior high school in
Yeah,
New
but the
York and
Cowboys-
Brooklyn
But see, the thing is,
with a star.
well, I
on
was
my
ready,
hat.
I was ready to jump down your throat because the Cowboys are one of those teams. They have fans everywhere.
That's true,
They have
yeah.
fans everywhere.
Yeah.
If you were good in the '70s, because it was the only teams that were on television. Like,
Right.
if you're sort of our generation, if you were good in the '70s, like the Cowboys, the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Steelers were,
Right.
you have fans all over the
everywhere,
country.
yeah. It's like
Giants-
the original 6 in hockey.
Yeah.
It's like you can find those fans everywhere.
Right, the Giants aren't like that. The Giants sucked in the '70s, and, you know.
So
they had no superstar.
Sherrod, were you wearing one of those Dallas Cowboys Sears jackets? You remember the
Yes.
ones that had the hood that unzipped into like lapels?
Not
on
only
the
did
back?
I wear that, I used to pretend that Tony Dorsett was my father. And until somebody proved me wrong, I still consider
This
him
was
my
an
dad.
absence
I
of a real
played with
father.
his son. I played
you
with
really?
Yeah, with Anthony.
That's amazing. I want him
Yeah.
killed.
Still another. Yeah, I know.
Bad
What
angles.
happened with that guy?
He went to U.S. with
his son.
Yeah.
Didn't he? But he was a lot like him, built exactly like him.
Nah, he actually was a little lankier.
Yeah, he was a
really
little
long
Oh, he
legs.
was? Oh,
Yeah,
that sucks.
took bad angles in pursuit.
I blame that
is-
on the mother.
He is the.
That was the mother's
That wasn't me.
genes.
Yeah.
He was the Anthony Dorsett, and we discussed this on the air. Maybe we talked about this in the cellar too, but he is the trick part of one of my favorite sports trivia questions of all time. 1977, 3 guys won Rookie of the Year in baseball, football, and basketball. They all had the name AD. They all had the initials AD. 1977.
77.
Baseball, football, and basketball.
Adrian Dantley.
And Adrian Dantley, beautiful.
Okay. Got
Guys,
me one.
That's the one guys don't get.
I pretended he was my uncle.
No, okay, right. That's the one guys don't get. Tony Dorsett, people think Tony, it's Anthony Dorsett.
Right.
So that's the AD.
And it used to be Dorset.
Can you think of the AD for baseball?
Baseball. Andre Dawson.
Nice. Very nice.
Boom.
Very nice.
Boom.
Dantley's the guy they don't normally get. And Dantley, they get Dawson eventually, but people don't think Anthony Dorsett. It's AD.
Yeah.
You don't seem as impressed by that as I wanted you to be.
I'm impressed. Listen,
You seem
he
very
was
jaded.
awesome.
You know how much smoke I had to fight through to get to those answers in my head? I heard a foghorn. I had to go through some.
You had to get back to 77. That's a lot. That's a lot of Marijahuchi. But now, Tony Dorsett, he was your favorite?
No, he wasn't my favorite, but I had the same jacket you did.
Oh, you had that same jacket from
Yeah,
Sears?
you know
Well,
the one I'm
he's a
talking
Central
about, right?
Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah, in Central Pennsylvania, it's hard to wear a Dallas Cowboys
Yes.
jacket. I didn't want it,
It was
but
the cheapest?
my Nana, it was her task to go get my winter jacket that year, and we went to
Her
Sears.
task?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were Amish.
She said we were.
You guys got tasks?
Oh,
in the
my
buggy.
parents said, "Hey, you can go buy him a
buggy.
winter jacket if you want." So
Oh,
she
wow.
took
Yeah,
me
it's
to
2
Sears.
degrees.
It's like, gotta keep Nana busy.
Yeah, no, it's 2 degrees if you want to get this little jerk off a jacket.
She took me.
If he
I
wants-
love the
If
Steelers.
he wants one so bad, it's 2 degrees out. You're in Central PA.
I had one, but it was too
And
small.
Mr. Wuss here.
I'm sure. I wanted the Steelers one. Both my parents are from kind of Western Pennsylvania. We went to Sears, and I tried the black and yellow one on. And she said, "Well, why don't you try that blue and silver one? And they look so nice with your eyes, Johnny. Brings your color out nicely."
Is that what your grandma? So you listen
She
to your
bought me
grandma?
the Cowboys one because she said it looked better with my skin tone.
Wow.
So I had to be the only kid with the Dallas Cowboys jacket.
Little did she know that your skin tone would get pummeled by other kids.
Yeah,
That's right.
no, other kids were mad. But, fortunately, when we played, Kill the Pill, and I was wearing that little jacket, I was doing
What's
a lot
kill
more
the
killing.
pill?
Oh, the game.
Kill
that you play.
kill the
I
carrier
guess
when whoever's carrying it.
maybe you
everybody
didn't
attack.
play this
Oh,
stuff.
I never heard kill the
We
pill.
call it kill the carrier.
Oh, you did? I never heard kill the.
We called it
kill the mailman.
smear. We called it smear the blank.
We should play kill the witness. My neighborhood. The Italian neighborhood. Kill the witness.
Kill the witness.
Kill the rat.
Kill the rat.
Do you guys? I guess you didn't play. I guess.
I played high school football.
Yes, we played. We called it kill the carrier though. We.
All right, same thing.
Yeah, same
Well,
thing.
I did a lot of killing in my Cowboys jacket, so kids didn't make fun of me.
Did you ever turn it inside out? Try to pretend that you was a Pittsburgh Pirate or something?
No, because the inside was still silver.
I tried to pretend I was a real pirate.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm Puff Daddy.
yeah.
When you
Jackets
get to
were
the NFL, you get to the NFL, was Moose Johnson like your big guy?
Yeah, and you know what's
wanted to be,
amazing,
right?
Yeah, because he was 6'2", 248 pounds,
Damn.
Big time juicer,
a
bro.
cracker like me, and he was in a West Coast
It's
offense.
okay. You can say it. It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
You could say hunky.
Yeah, and the thing that's amazing, I followed him when I was in college. I was
How
running
big
a
were you
West
in high
Coast
school?
like 2. It depended on the year.
Oh,
When
was
I
it?
graduated,
Okay.
I was like 230.
And what's your height?
So I used to be 6'3".
You used to beat the hell out your father, didn't you?
Well, that's 6'3",
Beat you. Where's my
230.
allowance?
Yeah.
I was gonna say 6'3", 230. That's not that big.
But then I
In
shrunk.
high school?
I
I mean, for Central PA, man, some of
Oh,
those
yeah, you're right.
kids-
Some of those kids are big.
Damn.
Yeah.
I
You're talking about
shrunk.
those big Amish milk-fed mother effers.
Yeah.
In Georgia, you would have been a point guard.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Well, I was a medium-sized guy. I mean, that was the position I was playing. And when I was done with college, I was the cutout size, 6'2", 248. Same size as Daryl Johnston.
Right. Is
to
that
play
what he was?
fullback.
248 only? I thought
Yeah.
I thought he ran deeper than that.
No, and
Did you have the same meal plan as the regular kids in school?
Yeah.
How did they feed the football team?
Oh no, you have a different cafeteria. Like when I went to Michigan, the basketball players and the football players had a separate cafeteria and training.
It's like
table.
the Eddie Murphy sketch where the white people had every time a black person left, like there was a party on the bus.
I was gonna say.
It's like whenever somebody left on financial aid.
Like I said, there's a different reason that there were different cafeterias. I don't think in football anything.
different cafeteria. I was
crazy.
eating with the Fab Five at Michigan. I was blown away by that.
No kidding.
And they would give us cards on the weekends to go get pizzas and Subway sandwiches just to keep our intake.
Boy, they must have got anything they wanted. The Fab Five. You saw
They
well,
did.
the Michigan football team probably got anything they wanted too.
Yeah, we were good.
The
And
Fab
then
Five, you guys had celebrities in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went to Stanford and they didn't care. They didn't care at all. They gave us a training table, but anyway.
Close
But
to more
anyway, back
academia.
to Derek. Yeah, people cared more about that. But Daryl Johnston, my very first preseason
See,
game,
Sherrod, this is what happens when he talks a lot.
my
I like
rookie
it.
year. This is interesting. He was my hero. We played in El Paso against the Cowboys. This is my very first experience playing at the NFL level.
Right.
Wow.
Jeff George threw me 3 passes on the first drive.
I hated that jerk off. Oh, did
I know.
I hate him?
A lot of people did.
Oh, did I hate him?
Why? Because he wasn't consistent?
Just because he was a cowboy.
No, Jeff
Come on,
George.
give it a
No,
chance.
no, Jeff George. He played everywhere but Dallas, I think. But
No, wait, that's
Yeah,
right.
he
He was,
was,
I'm
he
just
played
saying,
for-
he was a Titan, right? Was he a Titan? Where was he?
he was everywhere. But he was
I
with.
think he played. Who did he play for? The Titans? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think he played for the Titans for a minute.
Titans.
Indy, the
I don't
Bears.
like that
He
guy.
came out. He was
a
drafted
bear.
by
Yeah, that's
Indy.
right. He was a bear.
Anyway, he threw me 3 passes, so I was getting a lot of work and just getting blasted by people everywhere because I had no idea the speed of the defense. I would catch a ball and turn around and just get.
Did you
hit-
hear like nothing?
hit
Did
by
everything
5
go
guys.
silent when you?
I mean, it's ear splitting.
Easy, take
When you
care.
get 6 of them, it's.
No, I know. I
it's
couldn't
like
imagine.
deafening.
Dude. No, like Tony Siragusa sat here and said he goes every weekend I got in 60 car accidents.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like.
Right. When I actually got in a car accident,
God.
when I actually got in a car accident, I flipped my car.
From being roided
I
up.
crawled out. No, I crawled out the side window.
And you yell touchdown.
And I felt fine. No, I felt fine. And everyone was like, "Oh, we thought this was a
Where's Roethlisberger?
fatality."
Let's molest the chick. What?
No, listen. After this scrimmage,
Don't we have to break or somebody can shut him up?
I look across the field, and Daryl Johnston is walking towards me. My
Moose.
hero. He came over and pulled me aside, just a rookie, never
Right.
played before, and said, "Hey, you're doing great. We're running the same offense. I really like the way you're doing this play and doing this play. Stay healthy. I'll be following you."
And he said, listen, I'm telling you, someday someone is going to come out. It will be a gay guy.
He slipped that in at the end, and I was dumbfounded. But he didn't have to do that. I mean, my hero.
No, you're
of
right. No,
heroes.
listen, that's a major thing, of course.
It was an amazing.
You were looking really sexy that
affirmation
day, and he wanted to.
in my tight silver pants.